Governor Caleb Mutfwang moves to ease transportation challenges in Jos Metropolis. Plateau Interfaith Dialogue sues for sustainable peace. We are glad you could join us on Panorama today in Jos. I am Bilki Sunuhu. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live and on YouTube channel NTA News Online and other social media platforms showing on your screen. Efforts by Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu to empower more women and youth in the country have continued to attract international attention with more requests for collaboration. This time around, it is from the Israeli ambassador to Nigeria, Michael Freeman, who, among other things, is proposing the establishment of computer classrooms to rehabilitate and empower young female victims of human trafficking in the country. State House correspondent Adeni Itayu reports.
Delegation to the office of the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, Israeli ambassador to Nigeria, Michael Freeman, says ongoing efforts by our pet project Renewed Hope initiative have helped to highlight the huge potential of Nigerian women and youths. Their proposed collaboration, which cuts across 4 key areas such as establishment of innovation centers across the country, as well as mentorship programs in business, science and technology, is targeted at developing these potentials.
And 50% of those are women. And the aim of the program is to help develop them and to show young Nigerians that their future is in Nigeria and not somewhere else, and that they can develop their company. And we work with them with Israeli mentors, with Nigerian mentors, and we work on this program. We are looking to expand the program for the next cohort and double the numbers.
It also focuses on arts development, textile promotion and agriculture, with Nigerian women and youths who are farmers expected to leverage Israel's renowned expertise in agriculture to expand their businesses.
That would work with you and your office for opening computer classrooms. You know, we can choose random places, but we'd like them to be targeted, and we would want to work with your office to say, okay, let's do one here, let's do one there.
Their collaboration targets Nigerian women, and that fact is gladdening enough for the First Lady, who expressed readiness to work with the embassy.
The support we have from, foreign friends, I will put it in that context, has quite been encouraging, because you wouldn't be here if you didn't have, faith in this administration. And I want to really appreciate that. We're going to work with you in all these areas.
On the situation in Gaza, the First Lady prayed for peace. She also granted audience to the Turkish ambassador to Nigeria, Hidayet Bakakta, who was in her office to explore areas of cooperation with promotion of Nigerian culture at the center of their conversation. In the State House, Adeni Itayu, NTA News.
Representatives has asked the Central Bank of Nigeria to suspend the proposed introduction of cybersecurity levy on electronic transactions. Adopting a motion by Minority Leader Kingsley Chinda, the House notes that the proposed 0.5% levy on electronic transaction is open to multiple interpretations as an additional tax burden on citizens. National Assembly correspondent Metaire Ikban reports.
359. The public outcry against the central bank's proposed 0.5% levy on electronic transactions gains traction among lawmakers. Citing ambiguity in the CBN circular announcing the levy, Minority Leader Kingsley Chinda described the policy as ill-timed.
Unless immediate pragmatic steps are taken to halt the proposed action of the CBN, the Cyber Crimes Act shall be implemented in error at a time when Nigerians are experiencing the aftermath of multiple removal of subsidies.
This motion is referred to the Committee on banking regulation and banking institution and ancillary institutions for further legislative action.
The House also drew the attention of the federal government to possible breach of industrial harmony in tertiary institutions if withheld salaries and allowances of ASU and NASU staff are not paid.
Urge the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to use his good office and direct the Federal Ministry of Finance, Budget Office of the Federation, Accountant General of the Federation, and such MDS to ensure full implementation and prompt payment of all monies due to the unions.
The plight of Nigerians in accessing consular services led the House to call for a comprehensive probe of the activities of foreign missions.
The country has properties and assets across the world, many underutilized and several others abandoned, which, if properly audited, will enhance efficiency of our foreign services.
To boost the national power grid, the Green Chamber sought activation of the Bahrain power plant in Bayelsa State.
To urge the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is the chairman of the board of the Niger Delta Power Holding Company, to summon emergency meeting of the board for urgent resuscitation of the Bahrain power plant in order to increase national grid.
A minute silence.
Lawmakers observed a minute's silence for 46 citizens brutally murdered by bandits in Issa Sabon Birni Federal Constituency in Sokoto State. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikwen, NTA News.
For collaboration between government agencies, civil society organizations, and other relevant stakeholders to establish a coordinated response to gender-based violence and child molestation has again been brought to fore. This was at a stakeholders' engagement with ministries, departments, and agencies in the state, put together by the Plateau State Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission. Ijoma Ozomina reports.
Gender and Equal Opportunities Commission was established in 2023 to free the state from all forms of gender inequality while providing opportunities for all to achieve their full potentials. This engagement brings together stakeholders from NTAs on the plateau to chart innovative solutions for advancing gender equality. Speaking on the role of MDAs in achieving their mandate, chairperson of the commission, Olivia Daziem, harps on the need to support survivors of gender-based violence and molestation by ensuring the victim's safety regardless of gender.
I'm happy that the different ministries and departments and agencies that had the opportunity of attending this session, confirmed their availability for collaboration with us. For us to create a gender-friendly state, all hands certainly must be on deck so that I'll be able to achieve, rights protection, human rights protection for everyone in the state.
For key players, tackling gender-based violence and ensuring equal opportunity cannot be achieved in isolation, hence the need for collective advocacy and shared responsibility.
National Human Rights Commission works in collaboration. It's one of our mandates to liaise with other agencies too that work on issues to do with human rights, to educate and sensitize the general public to know that they have rights, and whenever these rights are trampled upon, they know where to go to seek for remedy and redress.
We are here because National Orientation Agency is very passionate about gender issues.
We partner with them to call immediately so that all the stakeholders will be on board to assist the victim, particularly because our major focus is to ensure that that victim gets justice.
Other stakeholders focused on robust partnership and determination to checkmate human rights violations and eliminate all forms of inequality. In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Plateau State Government has inaugurated 15 digitized state-of-the-art buses to mitigate the cost of intra-city travel by providing respite from the daily transportation challenges of the people. Ijoma Ozemena reports.
The digitized buses are equipped with modern facilities such as secured card payment system with comprehensive video monitoring system to guarantee safety and install a culture of accountability.
We have good relief for the citizen of Plateau. As you can see, we are all waiting here for that good gesture that our able governor has, given to us.
I will recommend the government. I will say a big thank you to them for actually inventing such, so we all are here to partake in this stuff.
This feat, Governor Mutfwang says, is his administration's dedication to exemplary leadership, guided by principles of integrity and deep-rooted love for the people of the state, which will alleviate the economic burden and improve the quality of life of the people.
The day we have been waiting for has finally come, and today we celebrate a milestone in our administration's quest to fulfill the aspirations of our cherished citizens of Plateau State. We gather to mark a transformative step in our beloved city's march towards modernity and progress, the unveiling of the Teen City Metro Urban Transportation Initiative.
Other stakeholders at the event lauded the initiative, noting that it is in tandem with what is obtainable in modern cities of the world. Governor Mutfwang also inaugurated one of the bus stations to signal the commencement of the metro bus services. In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
With me in the studio is the General Manager, Plateau Express Services, Samuel Jokot, to shed more light on the just launched Teen City Metro buses by the state government. We are glad to have you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Transportation has been one major challenge on the Plateau. So with this launch of the Teen City Metro buses, do you think it will address the situation?
Oh yes, this is a very, very exciting time for us on the Plateau. It has been long anticipated. There has been several attempts by past governments to ensure that they bring this to a reality. But we thank our governor, Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang, for taking transportation sector as a top priority. We can see that the roads are smooth for us. The trades are going to be launched soon. And then we can see that we have connecting flights by air. And also the Teen City Metro bus service is a game changer for the commuters within the Plateau, most especially those within the Jos Bukuru metropolis. We have about 8 routes that we're unleashing. And so this has come as a quick intervention, as a palliative to alleviate the sufferings. All of us will agree that apart from food, I think the next biting issue will be transport fare within the city. So it's a big one for us, and we're all excited about it.
Okay, so how do you intend to sustain the operations between the metropolis and beyond?
Oh yeah, so this is phase 1. There are 15 units, and it is a digitized transport system. So that's to say that there are many things we've done to improve in terms of revenue collection, in terms of convenience, operation, bookings. We have metro cards. Those cards are not like the ATM cards that do expire. But once you purchase this card, that is the way that's the ticket you will use to enter the buses. So revenue collection is very key to sustainability. It's a social program, yes it is, but at the same time, we have to show responsibility by supporting this initiative, by purchasing the card, and also we're relying on good turnover, and we're also using many opportunities to advertise and gain revenue from there. Another key factor for sustainability is maintenance. And I'm very happy to share with you that we have trained our workshop staff. We've procured original spare parts from the manufacturers, and we have a maintenance plan as well. So these and many more can guarantee that this initiative will keep expanding to other local governments as well.
Okay, so your message to citizens on this development?
So my message to citizens is to support this initiative. There's a lot of orientation going on. First of all, you need to get your Metro card. We do not accept cash. And secondly, passengers, commuters need to understand that you have to stop, you have to use the bus stop shelters, you have to stop at the bus stop signs to be able to get a bus. And for motorists as well, the other commercial vehicles that we're competing side by side, we need them to also understand that They cannot park at the bus stop signs, and there's a task force that will be cooperating, will be doing such sensitizations as well. And so we need a lot of sensitization, which we're doing, and there are 10 different locations which everybody can go to our website or our social media handles. We're using all forms of media promotions we can do to make it known for people to know that there are many options. You can order for the cards online. You can also walk up to any of these places and get the card. So we want also traders to be able to understand that they cannot stand by the road. The government has done a lot to sensitize them, and they need to move. The government has provided different markets at different locations, so they cannot be operating on the road. So we're appealing to traders. We're happy with the cooperation so far, but yes, the traders unions and other chairmen of other unions can also do more by talking to their people to move into the market so that our buses can move freely.
Thank you, sir, for gracing our studio. That is the General Manager, Plateau Express Services, Samuel Jotgot, shedding more light on the Jos Metro buses services. Panorama will continue shortly after this break. Suleja Custodial Center are back where they belong, in custody. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, who gave these hints while inspecting renovation work at the Kuje Custodial Center, also inspected facilities at the National Fire Academy in Sheda, Kwali. Victor Azu reports.
Once beaten, twice shy. That's the proverb. But the Nigerian Correctional Service has been beaten a few more times. Only recently, jailbreak at the Suleja Custodial Center let loose more than 100 inmates. The Minister of Interior says additional escapees have been rearrested, but more importantly, work is ongoing to fortify some custodial centers, beginning with this one in Kuje, also violated in 2022.
We have recaptured a lot of people. We are putting in everything to make sure that our correctional centers are safe, our correctional centers are foolproof to attack, and our correctional centers are national assets that must be protected, and also to look at the well-being and welfare of our inmates.
Down here, the minister heads for the National Fire Academy in Sheda to see the state of facilities. His satisfaction is palpable. His statement confirms it.
We're erecting modern fire academy that can be compared, to the best you can get anywhere in the world.
While these ones are being completed, Tunji Ojo says groundbreaking of several more projects will be performed by Mr. President on May 28th. In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
Stakeholders at a public lecture on Global Africa in the Academy, Past, Present and Future, and the Challenges of Ontological Suicide are calling on Africans to come up with innovations and initiatives that will address poverty and corruption and put the continent on the path of greatness. Ijoma Ozomina reports that the lecture was delivered by Professor of Psychology John Ayotunde Ishola Bewaji of the University of Jos.
Ayotunde is a professor of psychology with vast experience in research of Africa and its challenges, delivering the lecture titled Global Africa in the Academy, Past, Present and Future, and the Challenge of Ontological Suicide. He explained that colonization and introduction of Western education is a deliberate and coordinated attempt for Africans to depend on the Western world for solution to their problems. He notes that Africa is rich in mineral endowment, yet poor due to the fact that the structure is built by the Westerners who have programmed the mindset of Africa to be inferior. The professor reoccurred the need for African leaders and intellects to wake up and find solutions to challenges facing the continent rather than seeking foreign aid. Vice Chancellor, University of Jos, Professor Tanko Ishaya, said it is time Africans come up with new innovations and initiatives that will address poverty and corruption and put the continent on the path of greatness.
What we need to do in order to make sure that we have
our educational system in Africa that will begin to solve and look at problems that are affecting us in Africa and have the right education that we need in order to solve our problems in Africa and indeed here in Nigeria.
The academia, traditional leaders, students, as well as top government functionaries at the event commended the ingenuity of the professor, urging him to sustain the effort for the benefit of humanity. In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Continuous dialogue towards fostering religious tolerance and freedom is the way to go for sustainability of peace in communities in Plateau State. This is the consensus at the Plateau Interfaith Dialogue 2024, held to find common grounds for peaceful coexistence. Indiang and Abuja has details.
No nation, no matter how rich, can make steady progress without peace. It is on this ground that stakeholders in Plateau State have continued to brainstorm on ways of ensuring lasting peace for meaningful development. The meeting, organized by the Office of the Special Advisor on Religious Matters and Search for Common Ground, has as its theme towards inclusive and harmonious communities. It creates awareness on freedom of worship for everyone. The Special Advisor to Governor Mutfwang on Religious Affairs and the Country Director, Search for Common Ground, agreed that dialogue is the first step towards achieving sustainable peace. Emir of Wase charges participants to see peace as the only way to live together.
He says your faith is not complete until you love that your neighbor, your brother, as you love yourself.
At the end of the meeting, participants promised to educate their communities on peaceful coexistence. In Jos, Nigerian and Abuja, NTA News.
Plateau State Water Services Corporation says efforts are being intensified to provide potable water for communities experiencing water challenge. Managing Director Apollos Samchi stated this while inspecting water facilities in Kabon Community, Jos North local government area of the state. Again, Indiang and Abuja has more.
Provision of potable water and sanitation is key for the people's healthy living. Hilltop Kabon Community in Jos North local government area decried the non-accessibility of water, thus pleading with the state government to provide potable water to it. The residents re-emphasized that water shortage in the area is as long as the Kabon Community.
Very, very, very happy to receive the management, because if they will come to our aid, to our plight, as we be happy.
I normally carry bucket for my head and go and fetch water, climbing this hill at my age. It's not an eyesore. But now, if this warm water can come in now, I think everybody will be free.
Appreciate. We know that both my children, not only my own, everybody. You can see our women, they are happy. You can see the elderly woman. We are happy.
Management of Plateau Water Services Corporation visited the area to assess a safe water level for the community as a way of addressing their plight.
We're going to do a baseline survey. We have to do a studies of the number of people. We have to enumerate and know how many people, at the end of the work, if we do, they are going to benefit from this. This is not the only settlement. You can see another settlement. So there are many. I think this could be called Hilltop 1. You can have up to 3 or 4 hilltops around Kabon. So we are going to do it elaborately to see that all these hilltops are captured and we are able to supply them.
An agreement was reached by both parties. Government is to provide water and residents to protect government facilities in their environment. In Jos, Nigerian and Abuja, NTA News.
Let's join Olumide Eguntola for stories trending in the sporting world.
100 meters Odu's world record.
In Panorama today, thank you for watching. Good afternoon.